port side of the ship, toward the shore. Find the three tall masts of the old sailing ship Balclutha. The Balclutha is a steel-hulled, square-rigged cargo ship that first sailed from Wales in 1887. She carried a crew of 26 men, coal and other goods bound for San Francisco. Since then, her journey has taken her as far as Australia, Cape Horn, and Europe many times over. Today, she is designated as a National Historic Monument. To the left of the Balclutha is a big white ferry boat with a black smokestack. That's the Eureka, a paddle-wheel steam ferry boat that dates back to the 1890s. Before the Great Bay Bridges were built, the Eureka transported train cars, Model T Fords, commuting passengers, and even cattle into the city. Both ships are part of the San Francisco Maritime National Historical Park, also known as Hyde Street Pier. Hyde Street Pier is located at the end of the Hyde Street cable car line. You can visit the park year-round. From here, you can also see the large sign of the Ghirardelli Chocolate Factory. It's atop the red brick of the building, rising above the ships, to the left. San Francisco is famous for great food, and Ghirardelli chocolate is part of that legend. Now look farther along the shoreline. You'll see large buildings with red doors. Those are the piers of Fort Mason, one of several military locations we'll see around the bay today. John Martini is a San Francisco historian.
For most of its history, Fort Mason was called a port of embarkation. It's where supplies and men were loaded aboard ships and then sailed out. And during World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, men sailed out of here for the Pacific. And many of them, but not all, came back again to the big warehouses that were passing.
Today, those piers and warehouses are a hive of activity for some of San Francisco's environmental organizations, theatrical troupes, and small art galleries.
You're not coming over here.
Actually land reclaimed from the bay. It is built on tidal flats that were filled in to create a temporary city for the Panama Pacific International Exposition of 1915. Look for the large, dusty orange dome building set in from the shore. It is the Palace of Fine Arts, and the only building from the Pan Pacific Expo that remains today. American architect Bernard Maybach designed it in distinctive Roman style. America's 13 colonies were about to start the American Revolution by declaring their independence from England. But here, on the Pacific shores, the Spanish conquistadors were seeking out new territory to claim for Spain. The bay may seem large, but it wasn't always so obvious to find. As you look at the shore, let's listen to an archival interview with John Martini, a California historian.
For 200 years, Spanish ships have been sailing up and down the California coast, but they stayed so far off the coast nothing ever was enough to see the entrance to the harbor. The first ship that actually entered San Francisco was called the San Carlos, a little 80-foot long packet boat with Juan Manuel de Ayala in command, piloted the little boat through the straits that hadn't yet been named the Golden Gate, treacherous, rocky straits off what's now Angel Island, and spent the next 8 weeks charting the
After that first boat came into the bay, a year later, on March 28, 1776, Captain Juan Bautista de Anza stood on the bluff where the Presidio